to quote the great David Lynn, God damn.
I do believe he said that. I do believe he said that a handful of times watching this.
Oh my God, dude. The Coca-Cola 600. It's time to start calling it the World 600. I think it's earned that name back.
Yeah, I'm down. If Coke wants to keep sponsoring, it should be the Coca-Cola World 600, I think.
Yeah, that's perfect. Yeah. I mean, dude, I am in a good mood because Charlotte's my home track. It's always been my favorite track to go to. And for a while, for the longest time when I was a kid, it was always my favorite track to watch. And it is back. It is back.
It is back in a big way.
It is back in a big way. It went from this is the worst one of the worst races on the schedule every single year to this was the best race of 2022. Bar none, hands down, and that's fucking saying something.
Yeah.
Good Lord.
We could probably do with a little less chaos.
No, because it was natural chaos. It wasn't manufactured chaos. It was natural chaos. This was, dude, I've been waiting for Charlotte to age for years. I remember I was talking to my sister. This was like 10 years ago. I was sitting there. I was like, yeah, Charlotte's gotten kind of boring, but once the track ages, it'll hopefully go back to the way it was. Son of a bitch. Here we are 10 years later. It's finally back.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Maybe
I've been waiting for this. Dude, Charlotte used to be so fun, man. Like the 20, I mean, they made some questionable decisions. 2005 was was a fun race and a great race, all-time classic, but a little bit of a shit show. And then to the fall of 2005, they did the Levigation, the world famous Levigation that kind of was a disaster, but was entertaining. But it always produced great racing. And here we are, 2022. We is back. All it took was me not to go to the damn race.
Yeah, we were joking. Buddy is officially barred from going to the Coca-Cola 600.
Yeah, COVID doesn't count. 2020 doesn't count.
Yeah, that race was trash.
I started going to the 600 in 2004. I skipped 2005 and have been to everyone since, minus COVID, except for this one. I was at the Indy 500, two of the wildest 600s ever.
You were talking about this is going to be a wild 600. I think you were. Oh yeah. I think you were somewhat joking because you were like, "Oh yeah, I'm not going to be there," so it's a joke.
I fully believed it was going to be. I fully believed it was going to be good, and it was better. I didn't quite expect this, but I fully expected it to be good.
I definitely expected a good race. This track reminds me, or it's starting to remind me of like Las Vegas, and that's. And Las Vegas is a good race. So
where the hell did the Larson line come from? I mean,
like you said, the track's starting to age finally.
Yeah. I mean, I ain't seen that since the COT days.
Yeah.
I mean, last time I remember that was the fall of 2012. Clint Boyer was running up there. And even then before that, last time I remember it was when they had the damn wings on the cars. And Dale Jr. ran in the back of J.J. Yeley while leading the damn thing in 2008.
I mean, it's been a while. It was good to see finally.
Yeah. And you know what that means? Bring the goddamn all-star race back.
Absolutely. It's finally worthy of it. And
you were stupid. You were stupid if you don't bring it back here.
Yeah.
I mean, you were absolutely stupid. I mean, this made the argument that it should come back to Charlotte a million times stronger, $1 million stronger.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Like, I mean, we saw one of the worst races we've ever seen just in NASCAR period last week.
Yeah.
At Texas. And then we come to the track that we're begging to bring the all-star race back to. And we see one of the best races ever. Like, dude, Marcus Smith, I know you're watching because duh. Like, move it back. Bring it back to Charlotte. Bring it back where it belongs.
Yeah, genuinely, after this, you will pack that motherfucker.
You will, dude, the Coca-Cola 600 will sell out for at least the next couple of years. I mean, good Lord. you will have to think about starting to add grandstands back. Because God knows y'all have taken they've taken out so many grandstands at Charlotte. Yeah. There used to be grandstands along the back straight coming through, basically almost all the way through 1 and 2, and about a third of the way down the back stretch through turn 4 and off. They've taken out all those that I just mentioned. Plus, they've taken out maybe a third of the front stretch grandstands to add in tables and shit, which is really nice. Like those. Fun time. Mm-hmm. Very, very handy. But you will sell this bitch out.
Oh yeah.
If you keep having races like that.
Absolutely. Yeah. If you even have half as entertaining of a race as you had 2 nights ago, then yeah, you will sell this shit out for a while.
My brother went with my mom to this race. My brother went with my mom to this race. Never been to a race. No interest in racing at all. He is looking at RV rentals for Darlington right now because he was like, I am sold. This was fun.
Yeah.
My brother has been to one race and he saw the longest race in NASCAR history. The longest race in NASCAR history.
And he wants to go back.
613 fucking miles.
19.
Holy shit. 619 miles.
Yep.
What was it? 413 laps or something?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. Yeah. Fucking Casgralla was 13 laps down, but he completed 600 miles.
Race winner, Casgralla.
God damn. Oh, man. Before we get more into the Coca-Cola 600, a couple other things to go over. Phoenix is returning for the championship race in 2023. Seth, what do you think? Yeah, I feel the same way. Yeah, I mean, dude, it's like what have been the take out the All-Star race? What have been the 2 worst tracks on the schedule this year?
Phoenix and Martinsville.
Yeah. What are they going to fix? They're going to fix Martinsville, right?
Yeah.
They're going to fix. We're going to be optimistic. They're going to fix it. Denny Hamlin set it on download, get them stop shifting. They're going to fix it. What track has been consistently bad and is still bad with the next gen?
Phoenix. But weren't they shifting at Phoenix too?
Yes, but they've always shifted at Phoenix.
No, they haven't.
Yes, they have.
No, the fuck they have not.
They have not always shifted, but they have been shifting there more than just this year.
Okay, but if you fix it at Martinsville, you can fix it at Phoenix too. So there's some hope.
I guess, but God,
I mean, Phoenix wasn't like awful, but that's the problem. It's not awful, but it's not good.
Yeah. Well, and here's the thing. They said they were going to start moving the championship race around. This will be 2023 will be the 4th year in a row they've run it at Phoenix.
Oh, they already. Yeah, gotcha. No.
Yeah. So.
Brain fried.
Yeah. I want to see it moved. Obviously, now it's going to be a NASCAR track. God bless. Put some damn money into Darlington and make that your championship race. Holy shit. Holy shit.
Yeah.
Make that your damn championship race. There's plenty of other tracks that could get it. I mean, you look at California could get it. That'd be a good one. Oh God. I mean, IndyCar, didn't they have a hell of a turnout when California was their season finale?
I don't
Maybe they didn't, and I'm just making that up. I'm going to say they did for the sake of my argument. I mean, dude, you could put it somewhere else. And you could put it back
into Homestead. I don't know.
Oh yeah. Oh, dude, I am so fucking excited for Homestead in the fall. Yeah.
Homestead's going to be good.
Homestead is going to be fun.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
But yeah, you got to move it, dude. You got to move this race around. If you Phoenix is not a track that produces good racing. And also, Homestead, even before, it was always pretty much a championship race. But before we had this format, Homestead would always produce parity. You rarely saw the same guys win at Homestead. And so when they had this Final Four format, winner take all, we had
That's not 100% true. Greg Biffle won there like 5 fucking times.
He won there 3 times.
Well, it felt like 5.
Oh. He won there 3 times, but he was about the only one who won there multiple times.
Hamlin.
He won there twice.
He's won there 3 times. Thank you very much.
Well, I meant when it was the championship race.
Okay.
Yes. If you would listen.
Just poking. I'm trying to poke a hole in your argument. Because
you were the one who said Homestead, and now anyway.
Well, that's not a good argument because how many times has a bunch of guys have won at Phoenix, or a bunch of guys have won multiple times at Phoenix.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Okay.
People win, like we see the same guys win at Phoenix. Harv's won there fucking 38 fucking times.
Well, yeah.
Phoenix, we see more parity at Homestead than we do Phoenix. That is my point, and that is why Homestead was good.
I mean, I think with this format and the way the guys, well, we'll have to see now because they probably won't be able to work on the cars in the same way they used to. But that a lot of the parity probably more so comes from the fact that the championship guys are able to.
I'm willing to bet that Kyle Larson and Chase Elliott are the 2 dominant cars for the next. If they make the Final Four, they're 2 dominant cars for the next several years.
We'll have to see.
I mean,
I don't know.
Phoenix is just it's never had a ton of parity in its winners, and I think eventually we're going to get to a point if we keep going back to where we're going to see a repeat champion just because guys are good at Phoenix.
Well, I mean, if you move it back to Homestead, then I mean, who's been consistently very good at Homestead just hasn't.
Evan Harvick was the best driver at Homestead, bar none. He had all but. I think he's finished in the top 10 all but like 3 times in every start he's had there. And he won 1 championship.
Kevin Harvick is the best driver at Homestead.
Statistically, yes.
Okay. Statistics can lick my nuts. They can make like Rachel Ray and lick my nuts.
Well,
Kyle Larson is definitely
1, the wrong context to use that saying, and 2, that's not.
Kyle Larson is 100 times better at Homestead than Kevin Harvick. I do not care what you have to say about that.
That is a based argument, but okay.
You don't know what the word based means. The word you're looking for is what biased.
No, I meant admitted. Anyway.
That's not what based means. Anyway.
I know. I meant mid. Jesus Christ. Project 91.
Kimi
Räikkönen is coming back. Trackhouse announced that they were going to do this program where they run a third car, obviously the 91 car, and they bring in a driver from a different form of racing, probably, from a different country. And they chose Kimi Räikkönen to do the first one. He's going to run Watkins Glen in a third Trackhouse car. This is huge. No one is talking about how huge this is.
This is exciting stuff.
Yeah, I mean, Kimi Räikkönen did he win an F1 title? He won an F1 title, right? Yeah. He's F1 world champion. He's raced in NASCAR before. He raced 2 races. He raced Charlotte truck race in 2011 and Charlotte Xfinity race in 2011. And now he's coming back. And honestly, with this next gen car, I think he'll do well.
I bet he will too.
Yeah, and I hope he does well because I think it'll just encourage more guys to do this. I mean, this is a huge deal.
Yeah.
Like, it's fucking ridiculous. This is like maybe not quite to this magnitude, but close to Fernando Alonso running the Indianapolis 500.
I mean, it's in the same vein, but it's not quite that big. I don't.
No, it's not that big, but it is the biggest thing to happen in NASCAR. And
from an international standpoint.
Exactly. Right? Yeah. And if this can get the ball rolling on, getting more guys to where we could get back to those days of like Mario Andretti and AJ Foyt, where they go and race fucking everything, that'd be awesome. I mean, you look on Twitter, a lot of drivers are chiming in like, damn, I want to do this. Like Justin Marks is providing an opportunity. He is opening up the door to just blow NASCAR up.
Yeah.
In a great way.
I mean, not that he's a huge deal, but I mean, fucking the first time I heard anybody else talk about it was when James Hinchcliffe said, "Can I do it?"
Yeah, I mean,
like
he would bring people. He would bring people to the track.
He would.
Yeah,
they need to try and see if they can get Daniel Ricciardo.
I would imagine that would be like pick number 2.
Yeah,
dude, let him do Coda next year.
I mean, isn't there like an F1 date right around there or no?
Oh yeah, I guess there would be. Dude,
it'd have to be something not conflicting with the F1 schedule, obviously.
Not necessarily.
He
really wanted to do it. I mean, fuck it. Fernando said fuck it and missed the Monaco Grand Prix.
Fernando is A, Fernando, and B, they were going to finish 15th to 16th anyway in that race. They weren't going to score points.
Well, who's Ricciardo with now? He's still
with McLaren. Yeah. McLaren's like the third or like the fourth
third or fourth best team. Yeah. But either way, it's Kimi Räikkönen's a huge deal. I mean, I saw people from Finland at Charlotte when he raced that truck race. People, they came from fucking Finland to watch Kimi Räikkönen run a fucking truck race.
Yeah.
He is going to run a cup race in arguably the best team in the sport right now.
Yeah.
I mean,
certainly the fastest, I would say.
Exactly. And he's going to have a chance. I hope he does. I mean, dude, we could see Kimi maybe say, fuck it and run a full cup season.
I mean, how old is he now? Is he in his 40s?
Yeah, but I mean, he's in good shape. I mean, it'd be like Jimmy Johnson doing what he's doing right now.
Yeah, I mean, it's if he would have to really want to, because the problem also is
it is a grueling schedule.
Yeah, the thing is like going and run an IndyCar for a couple of years. Like IndyCar has 17 races. Yeah. Now you got to be in good shape for those 17 races, but not that you don't for a Cup car, but for an IndyCar you really got to be in shape. Running basically a 40-week schedule, that's a tall task.
I could see him doing a partial schedule.
Yeah, I could definitely see a partial schedule.
Maybe running all the road courses, maybe trying to do, some of the other races.
Some of the big races.
Big races, likely, yeah.
He's already run Charlotte, so I could definitely see him
doing
if he gets the bug doing the 600, yeah.
Dude, what if he did the double? Dude, that is another thing. We'll talk about this more. We'll talk about this more in our Indy 500 episode. But the amount of guys who are knocking on the door of doing the double is absurd.
We talk about different guys doing it every year.
All the time. Yeah. And it just seems like this is building back up.
Yeah.
And this is, I mean, especially with this new car, I think a lot of eyes are getting put more towards NASCAR just because it opens up the door for drivers who aren't in NASCAR. It's more like a car that they've driven, in a sense.
It's like, hey, if you've driven a sports
car.
Yeah, it's like, hey, if you've driven a sports car in the past, 10 years, this is probably you'll probably be somewhat familiar with this already.
Yeah, and I mean, so this Project 91, the Garage 56 that Hendrick's doing, it's hopefully gonna bring international eyes to the sport and bring in people and bring in drivers that we normally wouldn't see. And that would be that's like, I can't overstate how big this is.
Yeah.
And how awesome Justin Marks is for doing this.
Well, I mean, you brought up Garage 56. Could Kimi be interested in running that car? Maybe.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I mean, this is a big deal. This is big. It's big.
Okay.
I mean, damn. I doubt I could pull it off, but I am sad that I can't go to Watkins Glen. Like, I would love to go just to see that. I don't even give a shit about Kimi Räikkönen, really. Just, it's a huge deal.
Yeah.
So I mean, that's gonna be fun. That is gonna be a huge thing for the sport.
we'll try and squeeze that in right before Knoxville.
Yeah, good luck.
Knoxville/Richmond, which
Jesus Christ, God, but yeah, I don't.
Probably not happen.
Yeah, I don't know about that one too. After these past 8 weeks, I don't know.
Oh man.
Jeez. So. Yeah, I don't know. I don't even know what else other than it's just huge. This is a big deal.
Yeah,
it's a big deal. We need to be talking about this. This needs to be what everyone's talking about for the next 3 months.
Every time they come back from a commercial break, get a cup race, they need to be like, hey, by the way, Kimi Räikkönen is running a fucking cup car at Watkins Glen.
Yeah, and here's the thing. I didn't hear him mention it at all during the broadcast at Charlotte.
We were yelling a lot, though, so it is entirely possible that they did.
We were. There were a lot of people in the house.
Yes.
Yeah.
Every time something kind of happened, we were like, oh!
God, yeah. Dale Tanhart was like, I didn't realize you guys were at yell. I'm like, yeah, we didn't realize Blaney got, wrecked and saved it. God. It's kind of a stupid thing to talk about, but we went to the Indy 500, and I don't know about you, my self-service was fucking fantastic.
I sent my mom always asks me to send a picture of the track.
Yeah.
Every time I go somewhere, and usually it doesn't send, and I have to resend it later. Shit went through like that.
Exactly. I was able to send Snapchats. I was able to load Instagram. I was able to load anything and everything. There were 300,000 fucking people at the Indy 500, and that's not counting officials and crew members and everybody else in the sport. Yeah, snipers. Yeah. Why the hell are there 50 fucking thousand people in a NASCAR race and we can't send a text message? Like, oh my God, what the hell?
Yeah, I don't.
It's fucking ridiculous.
Does Indy have like its own cell towers?
I have no clue. No, because I couldn't send shit last year at the GP.
So it must be something NASCAR does. Do they have cell jammers or something?
I have no clue, but it's fucking ridiculous because young people will lose interest. If they can't use technology, they'll be like, no, I don't want to go to a race, because I could definitely see some fucking Gen Zs being like, I don't want to go to a race. I don't have fucking cell service.
Oh yeah, that wouldn't shock me at all.
Yeah. So that's just something they need to get done. That's been something that everyone's been bitching about lately, and been complaining about it for years, but it's getting more and more of an issue. Just technology runs our lives.
Yeah. I feel like it's worse than it used to be too.
It is.
I feel like I used to be able to send you a text in the middle of the race to tell you something and you'd get it most of the time. And now it's like, if you get it, it's like 30.
Yeah. 40 minutes later. Yeah.
Oh. Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah. They need to figure something out with that. Powers that be. I know a lot of drivers and a lot of media people are talking about it, so maybe that'll get them going.
Yeah. At the very least, you could have decent Wi-Fi at the track. That would help.
Yeah, some tracks do have Wi-Fi, but it's not good.
Yeah, it sucks.
Yeah. It's like when you go, it's like when you go like near a McDonald's and you pick up on the McDonald's Wi-Fi, and then you just everything fucking sucks because you're close enough to pick up the Wi-Fi, but not close enough to like get good Wi-Fi.
Yeah,
that's like how it is at every track that has Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
Yeah. Speaking of Wi-Fi, the surface at Charlotte has nothing to do with Wi-Fi. Yeah. So I learned something. I was listening to Dale Jr. Download. So the reason it's taken Charlotte so long to age is because of the way they paved it. Normally they pave it with, fucking rocks and seashells and all this fucking other bullshit, whatever they put in asphalt. I don't know. But they put like bits of rubber and shit like mixed in with the asphalt to make it grippy. And that's why it's lasted so damn long. And it's finally starting to wear out. And that makes a lot of sense. Why I was wondering why it took 15 years for it to wear like at all.
Yeah. It's like, damn, it gets hot enough in Charlotte. It should have
Well,
worn
I'm saying
by now.
it's always been the most temperature sensitive racetrack in NASCAR. So here's an answer to that age old question. Now getting into actual race. Like we said, 17 cautions. 18 cautions. That is, I mean, when's the last time we saw that? Like Darlington, 15?
Probably a Martinsville race had something like that.
But yeah, something like that. It was definitely a war of attrition. I mean, we saw how many guys?
How many guys in the race at the end?
Yeah.
Like less than 20, wasn't it?
Yeah, something like that. I mean,
absurd.
It was, I'm trying to find this little stat here. Yeah, less like something
Wasn't
like
the only guy that wasn't involved in an incident at some point, Ty Dillon?
I mean, Kaz Grau, I think, was in an incident at any point.
How was he 13 laps down then? They have a problem.
He was slow as shit.
I don't know. I swear on the TV broadcast, they said Ty Dillon is the only car that has not been in an incident of some kind.
I think they were saying that he was the only car that. I don't think that was like a legit stat. I think they were just like Ty Dillon's about the only guy who didn't.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But yeah, say like 18 cautions, right? 64 green flag passes for the lead. That is like that is plate race numbers.
Yeah.
That is plate race numbers.
I don't think we even had that many at Talladega.
No, we didn't.
Not even close.
Yeah, a record at Charlotte Motor Speedway. Hell, I think it'd be a record anywhere. It's the third time the Coca-Cola 600 has been won by a last lap pass. And then, obviously, it was the longest race in NASCAR history at 619.5 miles.
It was a last lap pass?
I guess Kyle beat Denny to the line.
Oh, okay.
At the white. Yeah, I was wondering that too.
Yeah.
It was, I mean, from the very jump, when we started watching the race, there was not a dull moment in that race. Not a single dull moment.
I mean, I think we missed 3 cautions, didn't we?
Yeah, something like that. I mean, we tuned in the race at lap 23. That's the one I think we finally got it on. Yeah, I
think there were like 3 cautions before that.
I mean, we turn on the race, and there are 5 cars under a blanket going for the lead. Daniel Suarez comes from 5th to, by the way, I picked Daniel Suarez to win the Coca-Cola 600. Been saying it for months. And I turn on the TV at lap 23, motherfucker is in 5th. And within a couple laps, he's going for the lead and just dumps air on Kyle Busch. It seemed, I don't know what happened. I don't know.
I think
Kyle just lost it.
I think Kyle tried to keep to his outside.
Kyle's tried to hang on his quarter panel and couldn't and spun out.
Yeah.
And I look like a damn genius. Kyle did that. I mean, Kyle Larson's first 200 laps. I mean, I guess I was going to talk about that.
Yeah, that was one of the things I wanted to talk about.
What did he have? 3 speeding penalties?
2 pit road penalties. I don't think they were speeding.
Okay.
I think they were uncontrolled tires. And then he spun out. He hit the wall a separate time.
I forgot he hit the wall. I mean, hell, he went to a backup car, didn't he? He hit the wall in practice.
Yeah, I don't think they went to a backup car, but they didn't post.
Oh yeah, they didn't
post
go to the backup
qualifying time.
Yeah,
they didn't post a qualifying time, so Kyle starts in the back, goes toward the front. They hit the wall, do this, that, and the other. Couple pit road penalties. Then they go to scuffs, like Daniel Suarez did. They're like back in the late 20s, early 30s.
That was the wildest shit. Yeah.
Yeah. Get back up to the front. Then Kyle hits the wall. Then he spins out a few laps later. He is saying, quote, "I suck," over the radio. And then 150 laps later, they're in the lead. What?
Dude, this was dude, I was waiting for a damn anvil to come down and just smash his car. Like, I mean, like they do in the cartoons. Like, he was having a fucking day.
Yeah.
Like, he was not having a good time. And Cliff Daniels, oh my God.
The man Cliff.
Dude, I mean, you said it during the race. I mean, he is.
I believe I said I want to marry Cliff Daniels.
Yeah, exactly. Like, it is Jimmy and Chad 2.0.
Yeah.
I mean, it is. I mean, Kyle's like bitching and bitching and bitching, talking about how terrible everything's going. And Cliff is like, shut up. Everybody on the crew's fine. We're going to be okay. You got 200 laps to go. You're fine. We'll be all right. Put some tires on. Car's fine. You'll be all right. You'll get back up there. Like, what?
Yeah.
I mean, it seems so simple, but in the heat of the moment, when you've had all of that happen, 90% of the field's going to throw in the towel at that point. Like,
Cliff Daniels is the
or at least mentally check out.
Yeah, Cliff Daniels has this way of just settling Kyle Larson down in a way that I don't know how many crew chiefs can do that to their driver.
No,
and you call it Jimmy Chad Part 2. I don't even know if Chad would do that. Chad and Jimmy would get into a fight, and then they would just, I guess, just get over it. Maybe.
Yeah.
Their dynamic was more like Chad would call out Jimmy and Jimmy would be like, well, fuck you. I'm going to win the race now.
Yeah. It's like, it's crazy. Cause we saw this at Phoenix. He told Kyle, he's like, move up like 6 inches on the track, 6 inches. And Kyle's like, okay, moves up 6 inches, gains however much time. And I mean, ends up winning the championship. It is crazy. It is crazy that Cliff Daniels is as smart and as smart as he is, as calm as he is, as motivating as he is. And it's amazing how Kyle just zero question, just like, okay, 100%, I'm behind it, whatever. No questions about anything.
It is amazing the type of information that Cliff can give to Kyle that Kyle is able to utilize. Yeah. It's really incredible. You mentioned the 6 inches. It is exactly like that.
Yeah.
I think he said that verbatim, and I believe I believe he did. But I made a joke kind of at one point last year. It wasn't even really a joke, but they were using the competition yellow not to fix the car. They were using the competition yellow to fix the driver. Tell the driver what's going on, where he needs to be running the car, and how he needs to be running the car. And he would just, okay. Yeah. And bam. 2/10.
It is a scary combination.
Yeah.
Because they did not have the car.
No.
They did not have the car.
No.
And he was leading. He was going to win that race with 2 laps to go. I mean, they came from all of that to he is battling for the win in this race.
Yeah.
That is scary. If we had any doubts about Kyle this year.
Yeah.
They still need to find some speed for sure. But this is something that we noticed last year is even when they didn't have the fastest car, they still put themselves in a position to win. And now they haven't had the fastest car really much or at all this season.
Yeah.
And here he is in the position to win. And happy as...
Yeah, I was about to say, what was that?
Happy as pushing his water jug around.
I guess we
should have brought as much noise as possible.
I guess we should have brought that microphone to Indy because that caught everything. We'd have heard
we'd
have heard the boom from Colt DeHerto's car.
Yeah. Oh my God. Anyway, yeah. I mean, it is insane what they did in that race. I mean, and that drive at the end, like between Chase Briscoe and Kyle Larson, I mean, that was a all-time classic duel.
Yeah.
At the end of that race.
Yeah, and I hate that we didn't get to see that through to the end.
Yeah, I mean,
due to someone being a dingus, but
yeah, I mean, Briscoe, like, he cleared him. Yeah. And Kyle was like, no.
Yeah.
He's like, you can hold it, bro. and just motors back around the outside. They're banging doors. Kyle's in the wall. Like,
yeah,
dude,
that is everything we wanted to see out of this car.
Yeah, it's 100%. Yeah,
that is exactly what we were hoping for.
Chase Briscoe did the damn thing. I mean,
yeah, I think I'm gonna defend Chase a little bit. He didn't really do that much different that time than he did.
What the fuck?
Before.
I told you this yesterday, and you're like, nah, you're wrong.
Yeah, I'm still mad about it. So
no,
I was still mad about it yesterday.
He is backtracking so much. He is backpedaling like a motherfucker right now. Because I told him in the car, I was like, Chase said he didn't do anything different, and you were like, bullshit.
I'm backtracking a little bit. He didn't do that much different than he did the last time. He definitely sent it. he's commenting on like the Instagram post, like, I didn't actually send it, but like, you sent it a little bit. Like,
no, he definitely sent it. I mean, you could tell. I mean, he was maybe a lane below Kyle. He was a lane and a half to 2 lanes below Kyle, like going into that corner and just lost it. It's the same fucking thing that happened at Bristol. And Chase Briscoe won that race at Phoenix. Really wasn't challenged much. I mean, he raced Reddick and Chastain a little bit there, but he had a faster car. Now here we are, Bristol, and now Charlotte. He's had the car and hasn't put it together just by simple driver error. And it's like, yeah, you could get out and say, yeah, I was going for the win, but how many times is this going to happen before it becomes a pattern and you're known as that guy who just can't get it done?
Yeah, I mean, there have been a lot of guys like that. So I feel like we need to keep it in perspective a little bit. He does have a win this year, and they're his fault, but if he drives a little smarter, maybe, he could have 3.
Well, that's what I'm saying. He's not racing smart right now.
But here's the part we need to keep in mind. He was nowhere last year.
No,
for in 1 year, for him to have jumped this much is positive.
Oh, it's 100% positive. Yeah, but also, I mean, because I mean, he hasn't been in this position, so he doesn't necessarily know how to handle it properly. But you think he would have learned after Bristol.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely something he has to go back in and think about. Absolutely. Because he needs to get to that point where he's like, okay, I don't want to finish second, but I'd rather finish second than spin the car out.
Well, and here's another thing. The thing that worries me is it hasn't felt like he thought he did anything wrong to himself. He needs to be thinking, in my head, I fucked up. He's not thinking in his head that he fucked up. He's thinking, I sent it and was going for the win.
I mean, Bristol definitely felt like he fucked up to me. I mean, he literally said, if Reddick punches me in the face, he punches me in the face. That's someone who thinks they fucked up.
Yeah, but
and then maybe he probably doesn't feel as much like he fucked up as much as he should this time, because he was able to get back to 4th because we had 2 overtimes and whatever.
Yeah. But he's got to screw his head on straight. I got another gripe with him. I mean, he fucking turned the 99, which in the moment Suarez slid up or got tight is what Suarez said, which makes sense. He kind of got in between the wake of 2 cars.
Yeah.
Got tight, slid up in front of Briscoe, and it's like, okay, maybe you didn't have a chance to check up, or you just didn't check up in time. You look at the in-car camera, doesn't check up at all, drives through the 99. And then, like 20 laps later, we see Hamlin do the exact same thing to Logano, and Logano dives underneath him, no problem. Like, I mean, this is not the first time Briscoe just drove through somebody.
What was the other one?
I'm trying. Yeah, well, I forgot about that. I feel like there was another time this year that he just spun somebody. I can't remember.
I mean,
I could be thinking of somebody else.
Other than Reddick?
Yeah. No, I'm not thinking about that. Maybe but anyway,
I'm not sure.
He just, I don't know. It comes with learning how to run in the front. And I don't think he's
just going through that learning curve, I think. Yeah. I think he's getting there, and I think he'll get there. I think he will.
But kind of jumped ahead there to the finish of the race a little bit, but I mean, all through this race, I mean, we saw comers and goers. We saw, I mean, there was, I don't even know. Let's try to go through, count the amount of guys that could have won this race. Reddick was up there at one point. Kyle Busch was up there at one point. Denny Hamlin won the damn race.
Yeah.
Ross Chastain led the most laps. Daniel Suarez had the best car.
Yeah.
I mean, who else did we see? Bubba Wallace, if he doesn't have his trouble, I mean, he never really had a shot to show what he had.
Yeah.
I mean, there were tons of guys. I mean, Larson, Briscoe. I mean, that's 8, 9 guys like that had a shot to win this thing. And we keep saying this with this car. I mean, what race was it before? Was it Kansas?
I don't feel like it was Kansas.
No, it was Darlington. That's where it was. We're we have 8 or 9 guys that can win every damn week, that show up with a car to win every week. And it's insane. I mean, Chase Elliott, that's another one. He was leading when he had his problem and then spun out on purpose again.
Allegedly.
Okay.
We've been hanging out with David too much.
Yeah. Yeah. No.
We just, anytime Chase could have like his entire right front fall off, we're just like, that motherfucker spun out on purpose.
No, that's not the case at all.
I'm fucking kidding. Jesus.
That's not the case at all. No, I will be.
K-E.
That was a terrible joke, and you worded it terrible. No, I would love to admit that Chase, had a problem. But
I'll be completely honest. So much happened in this race. I do not even remember this.
I mean, yeah, it was when did he hit the wall? I think he got the wall or something and started falling back. And then he just all of a sudden he just spun out off 4. So whether it was on purpose or not, I mean,
I don't know. A bunch of guys spun off on 4 like that, though. I don't know. That's the only counter argument I can make. A bunch of guys did spin out in that exact spot. Larson, Logano, Bubba.
Yeah, but he also had the best car of the race. One of the best cars at that moment.
Yeah, that's fair.
And he might have not spun out on purpose. He might have really just lost it. But Larry Max Trans suggests otherwise. It's way more fun to think that. Let's talk about Trackhouse. Ross Chastain led the most laps. He didn't even have the best car. Daniel Suarez had the best car of this race. This is the first. I feel like this is the first time we've seen Daniel. He's led laps in the race before, like Bristol Dirt, this year and last year. We've seen him in. I feel like there's a couple of races with Gibbs where he was up there. This is the first time we've seen Daniel Suarez show up with a car that could win the race, and for the most part, execute. I mean, he drove to the front, took the lead from Kyle Busch. They put scuff tires on, fell back to 30th, drove all the way back up to the lead. And then, God knows, their fucking pit crew is terrible. I mean, they're getting to where they're 23-11 terrible. I mean, we saw at Darlington, they had like a 3.5-minute pit stop, it seemed like, on their last stop at Darlington. Yep. And then they lost positions on pit road almost every stop. And honestly, they cost him the race.
Yeah.
Because he he loses it. He came in third, came out sixth. If he had stayed third, chances are he ends up being the leader instead of being back in fifth or sixth and sliding across Briscoe's nose and getting himself turned.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
100%.
It is Daniel's made some mistakes, but more than not lately, it's been the crew that's been making mistakes on that, and that's something they need to clean up because they have 2311. Yeah, they have fast cars, but they don't have the fastest cars every week.
Yeah.
The 99 and the 1, the past month, have shown up with top 5 cars every single week, and a lot of times they're not getting the result. And
all they needed was a solid night on pit road.
That's it. Yeah, they didn't need a fantastic night on pit road. They just needed a solid night on pit road.
And they didn't get it.
No, they didn't. And instead, Suarez ended up spinning, and Chris Buescher fucking flipped.
Barrel rolled.
Yeah, forgot that happened.
I didn't.
Yeah,
I keep forgetting who won the race, but I didn't forget that shit.
Dude, when the fuck have we ever? When's the last? I mean, it's been Texas in 08 with McDowell. That last time we saw a car barrel roll on a damn intermediate.
Yeah.
I mean, good Lord.
It's just like and the circumstances here were fucking crazy.
I mean, dude, if Suarez gets turned across the whole field. First of all, fantastic job by everybody to miss him, and then someone darted out of Todd Gilliland's way, and he clobbered the 99.
Yeah.
Who spun down the track, hits the 17. 17 goes spinning. It's like, oh, cool. Chris Buescher's spun out. Oh, that sucks. And then, whoop.
Yeah, then the damn tire gets up under the car, and
I mean, just
that's all she wrote, boys.
Holy shit! Just absolutely pogo stick that thing.
Yeah.
Over. Like, I mean.
Oh, and I want to point out, I saw a comment that said when Mick Schumacher broke his car in half at Monaco that they didn't show the replay for a while, and Fox immediately showed the replay. That's not true at all. We saw the replay immediately because Dale Earnhardt fucking reversed it on his phone. But no, they waited until Chris got out of the car until they showed it. So whoever wrote that, you're an idiot.
Chris gave the thumbs up, and they still waited for him to get out of the car to show the replay.
Yeah. So honorable dumbass of the week to whoever that guy was. I thought about screenshot it, and I didn't do it, but that's stupid. Anyway.
Yeah, they definitely learned from the Newman thing. Yeah, this was it was fucking insane.
Yeah.
I would have paid. I would give up a lot to have a video of David Land's reaction to that. Oh my God.
Joe was recording at some point. I wish he had been there.
Oh my God, dude.
Oh my God.
It was like, what the fuck? What the fuck? He's like, goddamn cars flipping over at Charlotte.
The whole living room, everybody went nuts when that shit happened.
Oh my God. I cannot imagine being in the grandstand. See, I would have been like, this is not happening. This is like shit like I did when I was playing with cars on my carpet. Like,
yeah.
What the hell? I thought he hit a fucking drain like Carl Edwards did in the All-Star race one day. That's what we all thought.
Yeah, that's what we thought.
That's what McMurray thought too.
Yep.
On broadcast, and then
they got that one angle, and it was like, oh nope, there it is. That's the tire. Popped out.
It was tire had flipped over, and God, one thing they need to do is they need to flip these damn cars every quarter.
Yeah, I don't understand why that took so long. Like poor Chris is just sitting there with all his damn blood rushing to his head. Like,
Chris
come
is
on,
a
guys.
big boy too.
Yeah, like come on, guys. It doesn't take that fucking long.
Yeah,
you can get a big group of strong men, and they'll fucking flip that bitch back over. Like,
that's what DBC was saying. They were saying, I mean, fuck, send his crew out there. Flipped it over in 30 seconds.
Yeah. Now, if he's not giving you a thumbs up, obviously then you need to take precautions. But at that point, like, hey guys, I'm good. Like I'm fine.
Can we talk about like how that car held up?
Yeah, I don't remember what the fuck the top of it actually looked like, but
it looked like it wasn't hardly caved in at all.
Yeah, that's awesome.
It was I mean, it almost looked like if the damn wheel wasn't on it, you could patch that up and you could keep going.
Yeah.
I mean, it did look for almost. I mean, that was just what the hell?
That's a testament.
What was this race?
This race was something else.
I mean, we saw a big one down in turn 1 at Charlotte. That used to happen every fucking year.
It?
Yeah. It happened in 05. It happened in 06. It happened in 04 in the All-Star race. Like, it happened in 2010.
I feel like 05 doesn't count, though.
Why?
Because they the tires and all that shit. Like, anyway, whatever.
Well, that had nothing to do with tires. It had to do with the fact that Jeff Gordon cut across someone's nose. And
Jeff Gordon has never done anything wrong in a race car.
Okay, yeah. Yeah.
Definitely not Phoenix.
I think Clint Boyer begged to differ on that one. Yeah, I mean, it was a classic NASCAR race. Just the quintessence, like we were back in 2005.
Yeah, that you used the right word. That was quintessential NASCAR racing.
Yeah, well, I mean, we even had the good ending to the 2005 600. The FedEx car won.
But the bad ending to the 2022 Coca-Cola 600.
Yeah. God. I mean, dude, so go ahead and say what you're gonna one of your other topics.
Okay, it's 100% time to rethink how stages are done. At the very minimum, rethink how they're done. At the maximum, get rid of them. The only argument against getting rid of them entirely is it makes the playoffs more fair.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
I don't think you can get rid of them.
What made you come to this conclusion?
We got all the natural cautions we needed. We did not need 2 extras to bunch them up for no reason.
3 extras in this race.
Three. I forgot we have 4 stages in this race, which, by the way, if you're going to continue doing stages the way they are, it needs to be 2 or 3 stages. 200 lap ones and then 200 at the end.
Yeah.
Like, or maybe 120 a piece or whatever. But
it absolutely ruins strategy in the Coca-Cola 600.
Yeah.
It fucking ruins it.
Yeah.
I mean, granted, Goodyear brought a great tire that wore a lot, and it was fantastic.
The first time all year, I think we've said that.
Yeah. I mean, coming from the debacle that was not Texas. What was the race before? It's Kansas.
Yeah.
And now here we are. You know, they brought a great tire. Did we even see any tire failures? I think we saw 1 or 2.
Couple, yeah, but not terribly many.
Yeah, nothing crazy, which really, like we've been saying, it wasn't necessarily even on Goodyear.
Yeah. That's probably just the natural correction to what had been going on at the shop anyway.
Well, and they even said Charlotte's going to be where they get this turned around, if they do. But yeah, the state, there's no reason. I mean, first of all, when they initially announced stages in the Coca-Cola 600, it was going to be 3. They announced it the week of the 17 600 that, we're actually going to make it 4 stages.
Yeah.
I mean,
I remember the moment they said that, I said, this is stupid because you put 1 stop per stage. It's really dumb.
Yeah. It's stupid. At the very least, I think we need to get rid of the cautions. If we get rid of the cautions, that just opens up a whole new can of worms for strategy.
Oh, yeah. Oh, fuck yeah.
If you keep it green, yeah, it would be fantastic. I mean, we've been saying this for years. They need to do it on road courses.
Yes. It needs to be done everywhere now.
Yeah, it really does.
We never needed it at road courses. We never needed it at plate races. It's the worst at plate. It's the stupidest, I think, at plate races even, because it's like the whole point was so they couldn't get so spread out. It's like, well, I've never seen plate race where they get terribly spread out.
Well, and they always wreck at the end of the fucking stage.
Yeah.
At plate races.
So, now we really don't need it at mile and a halves.
Yeah, I think stages are fine. I think the main gripe a lot of people have with stages is the caution.
Yeah.
Like, don't throw the fucking caution.
Mm-hmm. Well, especially since fucking Fox and NBC for all this time, ever since we've had them, they've been double dipping anyway. They go to commercial 10 or 15 laps before the end of the stage and then go again at the end of the stage.
Yeah.
So it's like the whole point was so they got a designated time they could run a commercial. And then they said, well, fuck that. We're going to go right before anyway. So that pissed a lot of people off too. Because I remember when it first started, in my head, I was like, okay, if it cuts down on the commercials and, you know, we get to see more of the green flag racing, fine. That lasted, I don't think that even lasted a week. And then it was like, oh, okay, so now we're just double dipping. This is great. Fan-fucking-tastic.
Yeah, so I mean, I think the main problem people have, even if you didn't have cautions, those races might have been not as exciting as far as like from a, you don't get your restarts and there might not be cautions and wrecks and shit. But I bet these races were a hell of a lot more interesting because of strategy.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're going to go commercial during the green flag anyway, might as well fucking, I don't know.
The only thing like being at the track that I've ever liked about stages is it's a target for my bladder. It's the only thing I've ever liked about stage cautions at the track. And you know what? I can live without that. That's fine. Well, I'll try
just pee his pants.
I'll just pee.
He's
I'll
done
stay
it
in my
before.
dirty. Yeah, apparently. I'll stay in my dirty pee pants all day.
All day. Yeah. What else were you going to talk about?
Oh, yes. I actually skipped. The stages was technically my third thing. The other thing I wanted to talk about is I immediately saw calls for the fall race returning to the oval.
Oh, yeah,
and
no.
That's a big no for me.
No, I can't wait for
All-Star race, yes.
Yeah.
Fall race, absolutely not.
The Roval has been fantastic.
The Roval's been fantastic.
And it's gonna be better.
Yes.
With this car.
B, you're gonna water it down if you run two.
Exactly. This is the problem. This is the problem with these races. This is why you could make the Daytona 500 even more special if you made the Daytona race on a road course. Which you adding like, too many road courses. Yeah, I get it. That and the July 4th race has been a tradition, but you moved away from July 4th, so it's not a fucking tradition anyway.
Even then, like I said, we had this conversation in I don't know, off season or something. Maybe it was right after Bristol. But imagine if like the IndyCar series later in the year went back to the IMS Oval and ran a 400-miler.
I mean, it's even and people even say it because IndyCar's running two of the fucking. Well, they said it when they first added the GP.
Yeah.
And now they're saying it again because they go to Indianapolis 3 times, twice on the road course, 1 on the oval. I mean, we've said it with the Bristol night race, how it just makes that much more special because it's the only Bristol concrete race.
And you could like feel it in the building when they were running that race.
The only argument I've made we had Darlington. That was the only Darlington race for the longest time was the Southern 500. That I feel like Darlington deserves a second date. I feel like they almost need a second date to sustain the racetrack because they just need that's extra revenue for the town and extra revenue for the track. And I think that we need to that's more of a we need to keep Darlington healthy.
Yeah.
And it provides great it provides great racing. Yeah. Whereas here you are, we have the Coca-Cola 600, which was just no one considered it, but that it was not a good race.
Yeah, no
people considered it a crown jewel, but it wasn't. It was definitely the third.
It was getting to the point like almost people considered it a crown jewel, but in like the same way they considered the Brickyard 400 a crown jewel.
Now it's like it's back to being presumably it's back to being a fantastic race.
Yeah,
and it is a war of attrition. Like it was when the race first started. It was who could survive.
Yep.
And that is just going to make it be a hard race to win. And it's just going to up the value of it. And if you have another race, that's 500 miles less. First of all, we've been saying we need to get rid of 500-mile races. It's fucking ridiculous.
Yeah.
I mean, I am 100% on the bandwagon of we should have 0 500-mile races except for the Daytona 500 and the Southern 500, and then 600 miles at 600. That is it. That is it.
Yeah, 100% on board.
I mean, all it does. They were who was it that was talking about this? Denny Hamlin. Denny Hamlin was talking about on Dale Jr. Download. We are so oversaturated. I mean, people have been saying we're oversaturated. There's too much racing in NASCAR. Jimmy Johnson said that.
Yep.
If we have shorter races, it makes those longer races that much more special and that more meaningful to the drivers to win them because you outlasted the field.
Yep.
And it is, I would imagine, the teams, maybe this is wrong, I don't know, but I'm going to say, like, maybe the team, if you have more shorter races, teams are going to build cars to last for those shorter races. And then when you get to these 500 and 600 mile races, you have it where it's like, okay, we really got to fucking step up our game if we want to survive.
Well, I mean, part of the appeal 20, 30, 40, 50 years ago of a 500 or 600 mile race was getting there.
Yeah.
It was tough to get there. And now, you know, through the past 15 years or so, all the cars and every parts
bulletproof.
They've all been fucking bulletproof. And now with how hard this car is to drive, yeah, the parts and pieces are pretty much bulletproof. Not exactly. They will be by the time we get back here next year. But just solely based off how hard this car is to drive, getting there is still also, it's finally back to being a part of it.
Yeah. Yeah. And so, I mean, point of this is the Roval is a great race. We've seen it. It's been one of the best races on the schedule. It fixes your problem of people wanted a road course in the playoffs, and it makes the 600 that much more special.
Yep.
I mean, it's the best. You get the best of both worlds. You get two great races.
Two completely different great races.
Completely different dynamic.
Yep.
But two fantastic races at Charlotte. When are they going to make the Roval at night? I don't know. That'd be fun.
At this point, I'm not sure I want to ask for it because we'll get it and it'll be cold as fuck. So
that's true. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, normally it wouldn't be, but you know, we're supposed to be there. So
I don't know. I went to some cold October races at Charlotte.
Well, that's 2 years ago, the Xfinity race that ran in the rain. That shit was cold.
That shit was cold as shit.
Yeah.
But that's a good point that we definitely need to keep it one oval race at Charlotte.
Yeah, which is definitely why I want them to bring the damn All-Star race back so I can actually get back to a Charlotte oval race.
Yeah. I mean, dude, they really need to, because I mean, it is so good for the teams.
Yeah. And now it's great for the product. So there is zero reason to not do it.
Marcus Smith is insane if he doesn't move the All-Star race back to Charlotte. If you don't move it to a short track or somewhere good like that, like somewhere, you know, a Wilkesboro or anything like that, you have to move it back to Charlotte. If you don't move it around every year, you have to move it back to Charlotte.
Literally, if you're not moving it to Wilkesboro, you name me an argument for why it shouldn't be at Charlotte.
I mean, dude, we saw guys slipping, sliding, going sideways. You could race side by side for 5 or 10 laps in a row.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, you could run at the wall. Daniel Suarez made most of his passes on the bottom of the racetrack.
Yeah.
Kyle Larson was running the line. He always runs up at the top, and everybody else, people were running in the middle of the damn racetrack.
Yep.
I mean, good Lord. We saw, getting into the finish of the race, Austin Dillon fucking on four tires, takes him 3 wide in the corner, barrels it down on the bottom of the racetrack. They're 4 fucking wide coming off turn 4.
Yeah.
They all fucking wrecked.
They did.
Like this 2009 All-Star race.
Yeah.
But I mean, good Lord. I mean,
we'd mentioned tire wear. Like I thought for 100% certainty that what was it? 6 guys took 2 tires.
Something like that.
I thought that would be enough for the guys up front. They would be
Austin Dillon was going to win that damn race.
Austin Dillon was going to win that race.
Yeah, that is. And they came off the corner. They were 4 wide coming to the white flag in the Coca-Cola 600.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
Imagine last year after Larson led 755 laps in the fucking 600 last year.
Yeah.
That we would be saying, oh, next year they're going to be 4 wide coming to the white flag. Like, and it's not because it was a green-white checker. Well, it was a green-white checker, but
not
because it's the 550 package and we pack race for 2 laps and like, oh my God, dude, it was so good. Yeah.
This is part of the reason I'm so upset we didn't get a like straight repave of Atlanta, because we'd have more of this. This is what I wanted out of this package and out of my NASCAR race.
Get it at Texas. You could get it at Texas.
You could.
Yep.
You could absolutely if you redid Texas right now.
You could
right now.
You
could do not right now because you have to run the fall race, but this year, this offseason.
Well, here's the thing: Charlotte's aged.
You'd have it in a couple of years, which is a
depending
better trajectory.
On what type of pavement you use to pave it,
But you'd have it in a couple of years. That is so much better than the current trajectory that Texas Motor Speedway is on.
Yeah.
And hell, even the fresh repave, if you did it, made it like Charlotte, essentially, would still be better than what we have at Texas right now.
Yeah. I think Atlanta, I don't know what they use to repave that. If Atlanta starts to wear, I think we'll probably still see a super speedway race, but it'll be more like a mid-2000 super speedway race where you have to work the throttle and stuff. So I think Atlanta is going to get better. But yeah, I mean, it is this was who would have thought Charlotte?
We would have. We did. We thought this for a while.
Who else would have thought Charlotte was going to be the best race of the year?
Probably no
so
one.
far.
Yeah.
I would love for it to not be, because that would be amazing. But goddamn, this car.
Yeah, I don't think
I had something else.
I don't think I had best race of the season on the calendar, but I definitely had. I definitely thought it was going to be very entertaining. I didn't think it was going to be this fucking entertaining.
Yeah, I mean, they were 4 wide coming to the white flag. Joey Logano wrecked and Ross Chastain wrecked and then stayed out and went nowhere on the read. That was stupid.
That was
really dumb. And that Denny Hamlin and Kyle Busch racing for the win there, and Denny Hamlin won the race. That was the dullest part of the race, was the damn finish, because I mean,
mildly anticlimactic, but
it was still like, it would have been great any other year at Charlotte.
It was still fun. Fun.
I mean, God, what the fuck was Kevin Harvick doing? He should have been able to take those.
I read he didn't have power steering.
Oh yeah. He had he broke a toe. His toe was out of line.
That's what it was.
What it was. Yeah, I forgot about that.
So stop being so hard on Kevin.
I forgot, dude. I was like, all right, well, Hamlin and Busch are side by side. Harvick should be able to pull an Austin Dillon.
Yeah.
Yeah, I forgot about that. That is damn, that sucks.
That does suck.
Yeah,
he would have had a serious shot there at the end if that had happened.
Yeah,
that hadn't happened. Put it that way.
Yeah, I don't know. Denny Hamlin won. He's now won all 3 of the crown jewels. He's won Darlington 3 times. Won the 500 3 times. He's come close to winning the 600 a couple times, and he finally got it done.
And he's won the 4th crown jewel, the Bristol Night Race as well.
Yeah.
That's a crown jewel to me.
Yeah. I mean, Denny Hamlin, he is go listen to his episode of Dale Jr. Download, and that came out last week, and that'll be just listen to that.
Thoroughly entertaining.
It is thoroughly entertaining, very informative, and you learn a lot about Denny Hamlin, and
you learn a lot about the business side of NASCAR too.
Yeah, exactly. And Denny I gained a little bit more respect for Denny. Denny's still a shithead, but gained a little bit more respect for him, and he's building himself one hell of a well, he's already built himself one hell of a resume, but I mean, championship, no championship, he's a Hall of Fame driver.
Yeah, absolutely. 100%.
Yeah, TJ.
Did TJ say he wasn't?
Yeah, TJ said forever that he's not.
Well, TJ does
that
suck,
he needs to be. He still hasn't proven that he is.
TJ, you suck. Okay.
Yeah, anyway. TJ sucks. Anything else?
God, I think we covered most of the main
everything.
I swear we did, but we have to be missing something. But I don't have anything else.
This race had it all. I mean, we saw damn wrecks. We saw heartbreak. We saw fucking comeback stories. We saw comers, goers.
You could not ask for anything.
We saw a damn flip. I mean, hell, Chase Elliott spun out on purpose. I mean, it was
every fucking box was checked.
Every single box was checked, and then we drew new boxes and checked those too.
Yeah,
like that was it. What a race! Well, I am back. Like the World 600 is back.
Yeah.
Like,
let's put this on the bitchin' scale. The top is going to be the 2022 Coca-Cola 600. The bottom is going to be the 2022 NASCAR All-Star Race. I'm putting it at a 2022 Coca-Cola 600.
Yeah, the 2022 Coca-Cola 600 on the bitchin' scale is in fact the 2022 Coca-Cola 600.
Yep.
What the fuck? I'm still bamboozled that this race. I am so fucking pissed off that I didn't go to this race. Had a great time with you guys at the Indy 500, but God bless America.
I really wish this race had rained out so we could have hightailed it the fuck back to Charlotte and seen this.
Yeah. Oh shit. All right, sundress. Who's our sundress?
I wasn't 100% sure. I went with Harrison Burton. They stayed out of trouble all day, got in 11th place. They've been nowhere this year. I thought about going with Michael McDowell. They got 8th. I don't like Michael McDowell, so I didn't do it. I thought about going with Kyle Larson. I didn't want to be accused of being based. You mean biased? Anyway, I meant
mid, but
okay, fair enough. But so I'm gonna go with Harrison Burton. That seems solid.
I got a couple. Okay. Larson I had on my list as one. Just to come back. Also another box that was checked. Charlie Reddick didn't win when he had a shot to. Daniel Suarez was another one. But you could, but also
you literally picked him though, so like you weren't surprised.
I was surprised.
Were you? I thought he was going to be pretty good.
Look, I was bluffing. I was hoping he would win the Coca-Cola.
I mean, I picked Ross Chastain, so I figured Trackhouse is going to be pretty damn solid.
Man, I don't know who I'm sundress. I had someone else that I was going to pick for sundress.
Where did Ricky Stenhouse end up finishing?
That's who I'll go with. I don't know where he ended up, but he was solid. He's been solid the past. He ended up he had a top 10. It was a top 10. I think he finished 10th.
7th.
He finished 7th. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah. They are putting together a hell of a run. I mean, I think this is 3 or 4 straight top 10s. Ricky Stenhouse.
Yeah, I believe it's 4. Yeah, I'll go with that. That's fair. I'd forgotten about Ricky.
He drove a hell of a race. He drove a really good race too. Dumbass.
They need to move Kroger up. Well, honorary dumbass would be whoever designed Ricky Stenhouse's car and put Kroger all the way down at the bottom.
I told you, man, Ricky just wants to see the logo. That's why I moved it down there.
Well, then it should be facing Ricky.
God.
That would at least be funny.
That would be hilarious.
I'm going to go with Chase Briscoe for my dumbass. Stop sending it.
Chase Briscoe?
And then also Kyle Larson would have won the race if you didn't be a dingus. So, yeah.
All right, I have 4.
Oh God.
So I have Bubba's team because booty. Yeah, I have Bubba's team because they spun out the big wreck, had minimal damage, and they were riding around under caution or under the last couple laps of that stage under green. at half speed, just trying to make it, trying to save a set of tires. But they didn't think, which it's kind of on everybody. I feel like Bubba
Part
knows
of this
he's
is on
supposed
Bubba
to.
too.
Yeah, everyone knows you are supposed to meet minimum speed. They know they were on the DVP clock, damaged vehicle policy.
Yeah.
Clock. So you have to go out there and meet minimum speed.
Yeah.
And you did not meet that was like major blunder. They keep figuring out ways to fuck Bubba Wallace over his own team.
That on Bubba himself, that is a major snafu. Yeah. How do you put around so goddamn slow that you're below minimum speed?
Yeah,
well, trying to save a set of tires or not, like, good God, like, you have to know that that's not acceptable.
Yeah, well, I mean, they told him to. I guess I don't know. It was a weird thing. It'd be something we have to go back and really look at. But yeah, that was like
what is minimum speed at Charlotte Motor Speedway?
I don't fucking know.
Yeah, I don't know.
Minimum speed's so fucking arbitrary. Like, dude, I think minimum speed's like.
Is it based off what the leader's running?
I have no clue.
Is it a moving target?
No, it's not a moving target. No. It's set before the race. I have no clue. I thought it was like 12 miles an hour, judging by what the Rick Ware cars were running a couple.
I was about to say, I've seen several Rick Ware cars. I can think of James Davison at Bristol last year. I was surprised they were meeting minimum. Yeah. So good God, how slow were they going?
Yeah, I don't know. Another one, Daniel Suarez's pit crew. He called him out after the wreck. He said that they got to get better and that they basically screwed him over. I'm paraphrasing. Suarez was a lot nicer about it. But Daniel Suarez probably would have won the Coca-Cola 600 had his pit crew not screwed up on pit road. So they are one. Also Ross Chastain for Sting and Travis Mack not Travis Mack. That's Daniel's crew chief. Ross Chastain and Phil Surgeon for leaving Ross out there on the final restart with a car that was entirely too fucked up to be on the front row of the restart. And it proved it when he went down in turn one and the car didn't turn. So he gets one. And then also this guy. Let's see.
Oh, yeah, I know who you're going to go with.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah. This guy should win.
I want to say his Twitter name, but I don't want to give him clout.
No, fuck him.
But this fucking idiot on Twitter.
We'll call him Jackass in Charlotte.
Yes, Jackass in Charlotte. He says, at NASCAR, it's a shame you guys don't partner with Lyft or Uber. I unfortunately will have to drive 45 minutes home after drinking 17 beers tonight. I hope I don't get a DUI. Hashtag Coca-Cola 600. What the fuck? What an idiot.
It is your responsibility as an adult person to not get shit-faced when you have to drive.
Dude, like, what? Are you that fucking stupid? Like, are you that dense? You helmet-wearing bitch.
I really hope someone with authority, I don't even like, never mind, I'm not going to say that. But I kind of hope someone with authority sees this and finds him and retroactively gives him a DUI.
Hold on, let me hold on. I won't drag us on too long, but I do want to read some of the like replies to it because it was gold.
Yeah.
Let's see, where's it
his justification of his reasoning is terrible too. I've read through some of them.
Yeah, it was. Oh my God, it was terrible. There were. Someone says, "I hope you get arrested. You got a problem, dude." God, he. Let's see. There was another. I said, "That's on you, Chief. You, in fact, did not drink responsibly." And then to which he replied, "I made it back home with ease. You know what they say, go hard or go home." And I said, you should have spent the night in jail. Yeah, I wish someone would have seen that or whatever and just, I don't know. That's just, it's absurd. Like, how are you that stupid? Like, that's just stupid. That's so stupid. God.
And then to tweet about it.
Yeah, I have words for people of authority. that like I wish they would be. I mean, this infuriates me. I can't even think of words to like say right now. But anyway, that guy gets dumbass of the week. So congratulations, asshole. You made it home and you get dumbass of the week.
Yeah. Thank God you didn't kill anybody. That's all I have to say.
Yeah, exactly. Picks. You picked Ross Chastain for the 600. I picked Daniel Suarez. And I was going to win. I was going to beat you.
Yeah. That was the least satisfying 3 points I've ever gotten on our picks.
Yeah. So let's.
But I'll take it.
Yeah, I know you will. So you have 27 points and I have 16.
Yes, I do. And Buddy was trying to give me 1 point per win there for a little bit. And I finally realized, I was like, Buddy,
it was 1 week that I gave you 1 point instead of 3.
It was 2 weeks because the week before you told me how many points I had, and I was like, I don't know about
no, I gave you 1 point legitimately, and then and then the next week gave you 1 illegitimately, and then gave it back. So anyway, you're destroying me right now.
Yes, I am.
So go ahead, pick for wherever the fuck we're going. Gateway. Oh shit, we're going to Gateway.
This one's
fucking
tougher.
Clue. I got it.
This one's a lot tougher. When we did our group picks, it was me who brought up Denny Hamlin. I don't want to do that now since he just won, and that seems unlikely.
Hold on, can I shout out all of us that made picks for the 600?
We all did very well, actually.
Dude, I picked Suarez, had the best car, was going to win the race. You picked Ross, led the most laps. David picked Daniel Suarez as well. Kyle Cuthbertson picked Kyle Larson. Joe picked Tyler Reddick, who led laps in this race. And Colin picked Kevin Harvick.
Yeah.
Who ended up third. Technically Colin won.
Technically Colin did win, yeah.
Yeah, he's just not going for points. He's not getting points in Cup.
Or Xfinity or Trucks.
No. Colin's getting points in like Arca East or some shit.
USF 2000 is where Colin gets points.
Yeah, shocker. Picks for Gateway.
I don't fucking know.
Kyle Larson.
William Byron.
Oh, that's a good one. I'm picking Larson for the sole fact that he was going to win the inaugural race at COTA last year and did win the inaugural race at Nashville.
That's fair.
Yeah.
I just figure it's a flatter track. That doesn't seem very Kyle Larson to me.
Yeah, I don't know anymore.
Who knows?
It'll probably be like fucking.
I guess I'm basically
Chris Buescher or somebody.
Yeah, I'm basically just picking Byron because he won Martinsville.
God, I wish Rick Allen was calling this race and Chris Buescher won. After coming back from barreling 17 times in the previous race, Chris Buescher will win at Gateway.
Dude, I wish we had on camera David's rendition of Lee Diffie calling Alex Palou to the Indy 500 win.
Oh, you remember that was funny. Yeah, that was super funny. I would kill for footage. Like I said, I'd kill for footage of that whole race with us watching.
Yeah,
it was hysterical.
I wish we had a camera set up for the entire race. Dude, that would be content right there.
Yeah, but especially when Buescher flipped. Oh my God. Yeah. We're flipping at Charlotte. Oh my God. That's it. That was a perfect way to end it.
This is the Big Motor Small Blade podcast. I've been Sundress. He's been Dumbass. Got you, buddy. You can't even retort. We'll see you in a day or two to talk about the Indianapolis 500. Thanks for listening / watching.